Hi there. The other day, somebody asked me a really amazing question on my Instagram stories. And I know that this question will surround something that many dog owners are struggling with, you possibly as well. So I decided to turn my answer into a video that hopefully many people might benefit from it and find some new perspective on that. The question was, how do I stay motivated if I am training something that might take a really long time, several weeks or even months? There definitely are behaviors that will take quite a long time to train. So, any kind of ingrained behavior where your dog has spent a long time rehearsing the unwanted behavior will require quite some management and training time so that you can first undo the unwanted behavior and then train the wanted behavior. Examples might be severe separation anxiety, a very long standing leash pulling habit, or reactivity. If a dog trainer tells you that he can solve these issues in a single session, that's just a lie. Your dog has spent a long time rehearsing that, and it will take quite some time to completely resolve them. Another example might be that you might be competing in a dog sport with your dog, and it often takes months or even years to really get good at a dog sport, like agility or competition obedience or rally. So, big question. How do you stay motivated throughout this long training process? Number one, your dog does not know the final goal of the training journey. So, this might sound a little strange, but think about it. Your dog does not know what the final training goal that you have is. Your dog just shows up to every training session without any kind of expectations. He's ready to see what you got for him and what he can get out of that training session. Your actions and training should never communicate to your dog that the final goals is months in the future. I have watched so many people train really half-heartedly and reward their dogs really half-heartedly because the final goal is not yet reached. They might think, yes, okay, you did a 5-second sit stay, but what I really want is that 3-minute sit stay out of sight. So here's your cookie, but it really was not that impressive. If you train like this, it's really bad for your dog's motivation and for your own. Your dog should feel like he is meeting and exceeding your expectations in every training session. They should feel like a total superstar for meeting all your goals. They should never feel like the final goal is so far away and it will take them so much longer to reach it. And your actions will communicate that. So you need to start setting small, achievable day to day goals for your dog. Number two, once you make this shift, something else will happen. If you have been measuring success in training only by whether you have yet reached the final goal or not, then you're making life very hard for yourself. If you set these impossible standards that you can only fail to meet, then yes, training is going to feel like a very demotivating thing. And ultimately, whether or not your dog has a reactive response is something that is kind of out of your control. You can do the greatest training and the greatest management, and you still cannot 100% predict how your dog is going to behave. If you make your own happiness, satisfaction, and motivation dependent on something that is outside of your control, you will be unhappy. So you have to start changing your own goals too to something that's achievable and realistic. So your dog needs to have small step-by-step training goals that are achievable and realistic, and you have to have those for yourself as well. In the case of reactivity, this could, for example, be today I will plan my session really well and I will make sure I have plenty of my dog's favorite treats with me. Or today I will definitely not approach the trigger more than 20 feet because I know this is the distance at which my dog feels uncomfortable, even if I would really like to push a little further. Or it could even be a little promise to yourself, such as today I will not look at my phone at all during the entire training session. And then every time that you achieve your own small goals that you set for yourself that are realistic, you will get a boost of motivation. So, motivation is not something that the universe either gives you or doesn't give you. Motivation is something that you create for yourself. by setting goals that are realistic and achievable. Now, we've talked so much about goals. I have one third and final point for you. There is no ultimate goal. There is no end goal. You will not one day wake up and your dog will be trained and you will be eternally happy. That's just not how life works. I can guarantee that once you reach the training goal you wanted to reach, there will be new goals. There will be new challenges, new problems, new things on your horizon. Maybe once your dog is no longer reactive, then you add a new puppy to the family and you start all over with training from scratch. Or maybe your dog is aging and you now have to face the challenge of living life with a senior dog. Do not believe that once you reach the training goal, you will be happy ever after just because you're there. That's really not what happens. So, you can make that change today. Start setting goals that are realistic, that you can control, and that you ideally can achieve in one single training session. And that goal at the beginning might just be something like my dog stays under his threshold 200 feet away from another dog, or my dog does a 3-second sit stay. This is a great goal. This is a much better goal than saying my goal today is my dog completely stops being reactive and my dog can do a 10-minute sit stay. So you are responsible for your own motivation. And creating your own motivation actually happens by setting these little step-by-step goals that allow you to always feel happy and satisfied with the training outcomes. And it will allow the same for your dog. That's how you stay motivated. If you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to like and subscribe and follow us for more training insights.